Hello, and welcome to my late night show, Joy of Working. August 4th, 1994. I woke up to screaming headlines on the front page of Indian Express. Top executive sacked for fraud, indiscipline, and misconduct. My first reaction was, oh, I did not know I was a top executive. Yes, I, Chaya Srivatsa, was written about as almost like a corporate dacoit. I was amused to read it, but I don't think those who didn't know the whole facts would have found it amusing. It was a deadly attack on my professional character. Well, I had to either get squashed by this or rise above it. Being a PR professional, I knew that to clear a tarnished image, you have to recreate your image with something that people would appreciate. So I applied the PR techniques to recreate my tarnished image. In that year's Public Relations Annual Conference at Bombay, I was not going to be there as a PR professional because now I'm not one. But they all knew me, so the president invited me to come. And what I did was used my writing skills to make a book, a 28-page book called Etiquette for PR. I published it, self-published it under my own Shabdhanjali Communication Services I told you about, and took it with me to Bombay, and in every kit this book was placed. And on the dais, with all the chief guests speaking, they all had a copy of my book. So you see, I wrote a book and recreated my image about etiquette in PR. Subsequently, many of the PR people who received that book later placed orders for their company to use it as something like a orientation program for their new joinees. So you see, it opened up a totally different kind of prospect for me. And I had written a script called Managing the Students of the 90s. And I had approached KSFC, Karnataka State Financial Corporation, to please sponsor this because I wanted to make a video film for Doordarshan to be telecast on Teachers' Day in September. The managing director at that time was Renuka Vishwanathan IAS. She liked the script and she said KSFC would sponsor it. So now I had to focus not on being dismissed from the company, but focus on making this film and seeing that Doordarshan was going to telecast it. So you see, my mind was totally diverted, and instead of getting into depression and feeling bad about it, I was all excited about my new venture. I approached the bank manager of State Bank of India, where I bank, and asked them for a soft loan. And they did give me one when I told them I want to rebuild my life because, as you see in the papers yesterday, my image has been tarnished. The manager appreciated my frankness and put it up to his bosses and got my loan sanctioned. And my walking friend, neighbor friend, Miss Professor Jamkandi, late Professor Jamkandi, who was a professor in a college, got me permission to shoot the whole film in HKES College. It took us about 4 days to do the shoot, and I had an award-winning, Kannada award-winning director, Mr. Prasad, who's no more now, who did the direction, and my script, my presentation, The whole film was ready and it was telecast just a month later on Doordarshan, Bangalore, on Teachers' Day. And of course, how did I market it? The Principal Secretary for Higher Education was Mr. J.P. Sharma, an IAS officer, who heard about this and gave me a letter recommending this tape to all the colleges because it was like a training tape for teachers. So why did I tell you all this? To tell you, when you want to bounce back, you've got to use your skills to bounce back and not try to explain to people. Nobody will understand, but they'll understand whatever you do. And here I must thank some women who helped me bounce back. One of them was Sudha Pillai, who's a very well-known journalist, who actually came and did a colored feature on well-known women in different attires. And she took my picture wearing a 9-yard South Indian style of sari, doing Tulasi Puja, and along with me were other people like the local mayor, Miss Prema Karyappa, and people like that. And it was published in Savvy. You know what it did to my image? It just raised it up. Then I had a friend called Anita Kurvela, who was the chief of public relations at Oberoi, which had just started. She invited me for lunch just to tell people that she was with me. There was Neelima Verma, who was the PR person at the UB. And she had really strongly recommended me to come and MC the PRSI conference at Delhi by speaking to my chairman. And the Public Relations Society of India, Jaipur chapter and the Bangalore chapter conferred the Outstanding Woman PR Professional Award on me at this time. And of course, I told you about Madhura Chaturpati of Awake. She invited me to speak at her Rotary Club and nominated me to do a course on training the trainers in women enterprise development conducted by ILO. It was a certified course and she nominated me for that. So for 20 days I was busy in those training sessions. So you see what happens? Women should rally round. Men can do a lot of harm, but men can also help you a lot. A lot of male, I won't say colleagues, but male training heads in many companies invited me to come and do training programs in their company. The whole universe supported me. So what if I was dismissed? Nothing happened to my image. It was nice and strong. So my takeaway from the whole thing was, keep doing things which are appreciated, not because you want appreciation or bouquets, but because you believe in it, you have a passion for it. And I had a passion for public relations. I'm a people's person. And all the programs I did were unique and innovative and got a lot of positive attraction. So you see, take care of your image. It's very important. And the best way to take care of your image is to be true to your profession and do it with total sincerity. I hope you enjoyed this experience of my bouncing back. Yes, just like the ball you keep bouncing, we are also like that. And in the next episode, I will share with you another, I would say, milestone in my bouncing back period. Okay, till then, bye-bye.